name is Heidi Hendy, and I'm with Hendy Associates. Hendy Associates, we specialize in interior architecture and planning. Now what that means is that we do the planning and the design and the construction drawings for both offices and medical. Well, Hendy Associates was pretty much, it wasn't a planned event. I was 25 years old, and I had gone to school for fine arts, taken 2 years of architecture, was going into Long Beach State, and one of my professors asked me if I would go into business with him. So I started the business doing branding and graphics. From there, after I guess it was maybe 6 months, I realized that it was really kind of a lost leader and that there was a reason why my professor belonged in academia. So I ended up quitting and couldn't get back into school, so at the time I decided, okay, now what am I going to do? At the same time, and this is where God's really worked in my life, was when Orange County was requiring that you had tenant improvement drawings. Construction came just naturally for me, and so I started doing construction drawings for some of the developers in the area. That was in 1979. By 1984 we had an LA office, had about 64 people. Didn't like working in LA. I love working in Orange County. We closed the LA office down in 1986. Presently, we have an office just in Orange County. Our job is to try to help our clients to be more successful. And when you look at Orange County, we're 75% service-oriented business, so we're really talking about people and how people behave in those spaces. One that we just recently did, which is a mortgage company, a very successful mortgage company. The two owners, very entrepreneurial driven, very humble entrepreneurs and leaders. So their space is one that everybody has the same size office cube, including the owners and principals of the firm. They have areas, everything is transparent, so there's lots of glass in the space. People know who's in the meeting rooms. They have extra meeting areas because they've opened up the space. And that firm, they were a full floor. We are just now taking them to another floor. They're expanding from 20 to 40,000 square feet. And I think that's the success you see, is that when you start seeing an organization that truly is engaged, they've done it where they've really been able to bring in the best talent. And when you walk through their space, you can see the difference. After doing this for 35 years, it's nice to know that we're now going to be able to look into the next level of how people work and how our firm can actually take and try to help people continue with their success in their businesses. Some of the key areas that I see that are right at the cusp of changing, which is pretty exciting, is that, you know, most of my clients went off the organizational chart and everything was a function, and we're starting to see offices work differently and more on a behavioral basis. So finally we're starting to see the Work Anywhere programs, which is totally going to revolutionize the way that we look at our office space. You know, the boomers are finally leaving and they've been the resistant group, and when we look at the design of offices, those offices have all been designed around what the boomer, that whole cohort group, looks as being what an office space should be. I think that all the conventional knowledge is about ready to break open. And in particular, we have, 50 million of these millennials that are coming into the marketplace now that are very different as far as how they work. And when you look at social media, when you look at some of the new programs that are coming out having to do with not only just project management, but the no-bots and some of the things that are going to allow to really unleash the employees to work anywhere they want. This is going to be revolutionizing the way that we do our work, because the new spaces that we're going to be designing over the next 3 to 5 years are going to be very different from what we see today.